Imagine the sky tearing open and pouring down fire. Two entire cities vanishing in just 5 seconds. Have you ever wondered if an entire civilization could be vaporized? Not by war, not by a plague, but by a fire so intense that, even today, science struggles to believe it. What could be so perverse that it forced the Creator to strike 2 names off the map of history and turn a paradise into a graveyard of salt? Today, we descend into the ashes of Sodom and Gomorrah to reveal what they are still trying to hide. But be warned. What you are about to hear will change your perception of justice and eternal destiny. If you seek the truth behind humanity's greatest mysteries, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Your journey into the unknown begins now. 4,000 years ago, the Jordan Valley was not the silent desert you know today. It was a lush oasis, so fertile that the Bible describes it as the Garden of the Lord. In the heart of this paradise stood Sodom and Gomorrah, wealthy, brutal, and arrogant cities. Colossal walls protected palaces where gold flowed like water. The air was heavy, thick with expensive incense and a pride that knew no bounds. But beneath the surface, wealth had slaughtered compassion. The peace is shattered when 3 mysterious figures emerge on the horizon under the midday heat. They appear before Abraham's tent. He doesn't just see travelers. He senses the sacred. Abraham runs, offering water, bread, and rest. But as they eat, the atmosphere shifts. The Lord reveals a terrifying plan to Abraham. The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah has grown great. I will go down to see if their wickedness is as bad as what has reached me. As 2 of the visitors head toward the city, Abraham remains before the Lord. Thus begins one of the most dramatic negotiations in human history. Abraham knows his nephew, Lot, is inside. With his heart in his hands, he questions divine justice. Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city? The answer is clear. If I find 50, I will spare the place. Abraham doesn't stop. He dives into a desperate countdown. What if 5 are lacking from the 50? What if there are 40? 30? 20? The silence between the questions is suffocating. Abraham reaches his limit. May the Lord not be angry, but what if only 10 are found? The final promise is sealed. For the sake of 10, I will not destroy it. Abraham falls silent. The fate of thousands now depends on just 10 honest hearts. But Sodom had already become a moral black hole. When the 2 angels enter the city at sunset, they find Lot. He forces them into his house, knowing the streets at night were predator territory. The scene turns terrifying when the house is surrounded, not by common criminals, but by all the men of the city. From the young to the old, the sacred law of hospitality was trampled by collective violence. They didn't want bread. They wanted to dominate and profane what was holy. The prophet Ezekiel reveals the anatomy of this cancer: pride, gluttony, laziness, and absolute indifference to the poor. Sodom fell because its people no longer recognized others as human beings. Not even 10 righteous were found. The evil was terminal. As night deepens, the danger explodes. The angels strike the crowd with blindness. But the chilling detail is that even blind, they kept clawing at the door, trying to break in. The ultimatum comes: leave now or be consumed. Time runs out. The sky changes color. The glow is not natural. The warning was short: do not look back. Looking back meant desiring the system that was being destroyed. What fell from the sky was no ordinary disaster. Archaeologists today find layers of ash and vitrified rock at temperatures suggesting an atmospheric thermal explosion. The valley turns into a furnace. The ground trembles. The sound is not thunder. It is the sound of a civilization being disintegrated. Lot runs, but his wife hesitates. She misses the luxury. She looks back. In a millisecond, saline vapors envelop her, turning her into a pillar of salt. An eternal monument to indecision. At dawn, Abraham looks toward the valley, and all he sees is thick smoke rising, as if the earth were a massive volcano. The Dead Sea today rests upon the greatest arrogance in history. Ruins like tall el-Hammam suggest that a cosmic airburst may have been the instrument used. The final question is for you. Was it a supernatural event or an astronomical phenomenon used as judgment? And are the Sodoms of today ignoring the same warnings? Remember, sometimes the greatest courage isn't fighting. It's having the strength to never look back.